I'm Anne Bucantus and I'm Head of Fine Art for National Museums Liverpool, and this exhibition is David Hockney Early Reflections. The exhibition looks at Hockney's early years, really his, from when he started at the Royal College of Art in 1959, and it takes him right up to 1978. What we've done as our starting point is taken works in the Arts Council collection and works in the Walker Art Gallery's collection and looked at the 4 key themes that they give us, and we've borrowed additional works to supplement those themes, to take people through a kind of mini story of his work and his interests and his aspirations as a young artist. This painting takes its title, We Two Boys Together Clinging, from a Walt Whitman poem that was actually written in the 19th century, a really remarkable modern sounding poem. And Hockney has actually started by this period to also include words on his work, and he does that for 2 reasons, both of which he's spoken about. One is he thinks that by using words it draws people in much more closely to the paintings and gets them to really look at the surface, and once somebody's drawn in close to a picture like this, they'll start to pick up little details like this little extract here, which is another few lines from Walt Whitman's poem, and he also feels that having words puts a bit more of the human being back into the painting, but at the same time he's using it to put across quite an overtly homosexual message, that propagandising that he talked about, and that's really important. Hockney's obsession with water really came from his involvement, his trips to America. He first went to America in 1961, but he actually moved to California in 1964, and there were 2 particular things that really impacted on his work. One was the fact that when he first went to America, he discovered that everybody took showers, and he became really quite fascinated with the artistic possibilities of people taking showers. The other thing Hockney was doing, which makes this painting really fascinating, is he was starting to use a kind of secret code that would be available to people in the know, which was adopted from a code that Walt Whitman used, and it's a simple, quite a childlike alphabetical code where A equals 1, 2 equals B, 3 equals C, and so on. And what you have here, 4-2, equates to the letters D and B, and that's actually Doll Boy, which is this fictional character that Hockney evolves, and which you can see in other of his paintings from this period, and that's actually expressing his love for the pop singer Cliff Richard. Another of the layers of this painting, because one of the other things that Hockney had seen at the time he was working on this was a newspaper headline about a climbing accident, and the headline said 2 boys cling to cliff all night. And although that was quite a serious story about these poor chaps who were trapped on a cliff ledge, Hockney thought that to him it suggested his ideal fantasy of being able to cling to Cliff Richard all night, because he had a real complete crush on Cliff Richard. Unlike our own painting, Peter Getting Out of Nick's Pool, which is from the Walker Art Gallery's collection, that's an acrylic painting. The paper pools were actually made using mashed up paper pulp mixed with inks and paints and dyes, and Hockney was introduced to that technique by a printmaker called Ken Tyler in America, and Hockney was really fascinated by it because it involved, literally the medium itself involved using gallons and gallons or litres and litres of water, and it was a really tactile thing. And this particular piece, which is called Le Plongeur, the diver, we've borrowed from Cartwright Hall in Bradford, and it's a work that's very rarely lent, and we're absolutely delighted that they've lent it to this exhibition, and I think it is going to be one of the highlights for visitors. It just screams David Hockney at his best. I think it's really exciting, and it really shows his excitement in working with a medium that allowed him to really get his hands in and really manipulate that pulp in order to create this massive composite image. So you can see probably that it's in separate panels, and each panel was made separately and then pieced together. And in order to create the image, Hockney took photograph after photograph of the swimming pool. He had one of his friends dive into the pool to make the water move. They played with the lighting to get different colours, and this is only one of a whole series he made. It's only one of the end results, but I think one of the most spectacular. We've been working on this project since last year, and it's part of our partnership with the Arts Council Collection, in a partnership that's funded by Christie's, and in promoting it we're working with Homotopia. It's a fantastic project to celebrate Homotopia's 10th anniversary, which is absolutely wonderful. Couldn't be more appropriate to be able to be showing Hockney's work from this period. There's also an audio guide that visitors can hire, which gives them a different context for the work, and hopefully will enhance the exhibition for them. What we're really looking forward to is to be able to open the doors for our visitors and for them to come in and enjoy it, and hopefully learn something new about Hockney from it.